Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Niamh, for inviting me to talk about my work as the UK Groceries Code Adjudicator. I'm going to talk about the benefits of my annual supplier survey, but before I do that, let me explain briefly my role as GCA. The GCA ensures that 14 large UK grocery retailers, all designated by the Competition and Markets Authority, treat their direct suppliers fairly and lawfully, complying with the Groceries Code. My remit covers direct suppliers, wherever they are based in the world. If you supply one of these 14 retailers in the UK, you are protected by the code. But unlike the agri-food regulator, I'm not regulating wholesalers or other buyers of food products. My aim is to prevent a range of negative behaviours by retailers set out in the code, including delaying payments, delisting products without reasonable notice, and handling promotions incorrectly. I take a collaborative approach to regulating the retailers, intervening as soon as I become aware of an issue, and ideally before a supplier has acted to its detriment or incurred any costs. I found this is the most effective way of quickly and effectively resolving supplier issues. I raise issues with retailers directly. Each retailer has a co-compliance officer or CCO who is responsible for investigating code issues and ensuring that their retailer is complying with the code. I raise issues with the CCO in a way that protects the supplier's confidentiality. When I do this, I expect the CCO to investigate the issue and to explain how they will resolve it. In addition to arbitrating disputes between suppliers and the retailers, I also have the power to investigate formally and to impose fines. However, intervening as I do usually ensures problems are dealt with more quickly. The risk of investigation is, of course, an important motivator for the retailers, and I consider investigating where I've reasonable grounds to suspect a retailer has breached the code. When I engage with the retailers, I prioritize the most significant issues that suppliers report to me. The GCA gathers insights from a range of sources, including my annual supplier survey, which I'll come on to, meetings with suppliers, with trade associations and other stakeholders, and from direct engagement by phone, email, and through my 24/7 anonymous reporting platform called Tell the GCA. I treat all information in strict confidence. Indeed, I have a statutory duty to do so. The survey results help me to better understand supplier concerns and to focus my engagement to ensure the retailers treat all suppliers fairly and lawfully. They also inform my priorities for the year ahead and help me understand if issues are unique to certain retailers or are affecting the whole sector. The slide shows two issues I'm prioritizing across the sector. So as you can see in the 2024 survey, 18% of suppliers reported that they had incurred significant costs because of inaccurate forecasting by retailers, while 11% had experienced delays in payment due to disagreements about deliveries. Each of these issues improved compared to the 2023 survey. I'm also focused on ensuring that cost-price negotiations are conducted fairly and that retailer change projects are effectively communicated to suppliers. I'll consider whether I need to reprioritize based on what suppliers tell me directly, and through my 2025 survey, the results of which I'll publish next month. So apologies for the very busy slide, but it shows you one example of the detail that we are able to gain from the survey. I expect each retailer to review their individual survey results and make changes in response to the most significant issues. This could include changes to policies, processes, and guidance, or training for buyers. As I do when reviewing a retailer's response to a code issue raised directly to me, I interrogate each retailer's plans to ensure that they are responding to the right issues and in the right way. I discuss the results and corresponding plans during my regular engagement with the retailer, including at chief executive level. In conjunction with other sources of information on retailer behavior, the survey is important for helping me to intervene and improve retailers' treatment of their suppliers. Over time, the retailers themselves have set increasing store by the survey results as a barometer of how well they are executing their commercial strategies. They all now encourage their suppliers to participate so that I no longer pay for advertising to promote it. All of the retailers celebrate publicly where they have done well, and management is charged with doing better where they have fared less well. The survey is now an integral part of the annual cycle. The GCA has been running an annual survey since 2014, and the questions have largely remained the same. This means that as well as helping shape current priorities, the survey is also a useful indicator of the impact that the GCA has had since its establishment. The 2024 annual survey indicated that over 90% of direct suppliers to most retailers believe that the retailers consistently or mostly complied with the Groceries Code. The proportion of suppliers reporting a code-related issue has dropped dramatically from 79% in 2014, shortly after the GCA was established, to 33% in 2024. The survey also helps retailers to assess the impacts of investments that they have made to their processes in response to survey findings over time. The survey, like all of my engagement with suppliers, is completely confidential. In this dynamic industry, the issues impacting suppliers can quickly change. The information suppliers give me about their experiences, both through the survey and through other channels, is therefore really valuable for helping me to understand what issues are cropping up and which I need to be prioritizing. So if you supply one of my 14 UK designated retailers are having an issue, please tell me. It will help me to understand what's going on in the sector, and I'll be able to point you in the right direction so that you can resolve it. I will keep everything you tell me completely confidential. If I raise an issue with a retailer, I do it in a way that doesn't reveal which suppliers I've spoken to, or even what products they supply. For example, I collate information from a number of suppliers about an issue before speaking to the co-compliance officer, so any complaint or concern cannot be traced back to a particular supplier. Otherwise, you can speak directly to the retailer's co-compliance officer. All 14 CCOs have publicly agreed to respect suppliers' confidentiality, not sharing supplier details within their businesses unless the supplier has expressly agreed to it. The retailers themselves have all also agreed that there will be no negative consequences for suppliers who raise code issues to them. If you feel that one of the retailers has broken one of these commitments, please let me know so that I can resolve it. You can speak to me today, you can email my office with information on a retailer's behavior, or to set up a one-to-one meeting with me, or you can use the completely anonymous Tell the GCA 24/7 platform. You can provide as much information as you would like, and you don't have to reveal any identifying information about yourself. My contact details are on the slide. And finally, Please complete my 2026 survey when it's launched early next year. And with that, thank you for listening.